Alright guys, so it's time to talk about Spider-Man's role in Avengers Doomsday, because we got what I would say is a pretty significant update on just how vital, or maybe not vital, he is to the overall plot of Doomsday, and what the ideas are that sort of start in Brand New Day, carry over, and then where we end up, and, talking about all things Spider-Man, I guess, in this one video. Marvel Studios and Sony's plans with Spider-Man are very interesting because Avengers Doomsday is shooting, or was recently shooting, some quick reshoots, but those didn't include Spider-Man. And while they were shooting Spider-Man Brand New Day, they were also wrapping up the final leg of the shoot of Avengers Doomsday. So the possibility for a crossover seemed almost non-existent unless they were going to shoot something elsewhere. Now, of course, with Avengers Secret Wars shooting next, well, we know that will obviously feature Spider-Man, and they still got a chance to do some stuff there to fit into Avengers Doomsday, which wouldn't be the first time Marvel's done this, and it's probably not going to be the last time because, hey, that's how they operate because of such massive casts and schedules. They got to play around and jump around a bit. So with Spider-Man Brand New Day taking place right before the events of Avengers Doomsday, we have heard that post-Doomsday, it's very apparent that, yes, Spider-Man is going to be part of Secret Wars, but what about Spider-Man Brand New Day to Doomsday? What happens there? What is his role? Well, apparently, his role is going to be pretty big and significant, all things considered. At least the impact he has on the film. Because, per reports, Spider-Man is not really in Avengers Doomsday that much, because they don't want him to be a part of the team, because Spider-Man is seen as a villain by the Avengers. Okay, so you're probably wondering, what in the world am I talking about? So, from what I can gather, these reports go all the way back to something that was stated by Daniel RPK and then also Cosmic Circus. They stated that there's going to be sort of this angle that they take with Spider-Man where he is getting blamed for the whole multiverse and incursions because of the events of Spider-Man No Way Home. And that they put the blame on him for everything that's happening because of what he did messing with the multiverse, the spells, and how they believe that started the whole incursion process. Now, whether or not that's all factual, that it's his fault, we got to wait to see how they handle this. But it would make sense that this is sort of a way that you write Spider-Man out, where they're like, kid, you screwed up. Get out of here because you caused so many problems. We don't want to deal with this right now. We're going to fix your mistakes again. Which again makes Peter / Spider-Man kind of go out on his own and do his own thing, while the Avengers are acting like, hey, we never screw up. We just got to fix messes. Which of course isn't true because, they all screw up. That's literally what Marvel characters do. They screw up and make their own problems that only become worse trying to fix it. Like, that's one thing that Marvel characters all do. It's a perpetual problem. So putting Spider-Man in this position where they're like, you were being selfish and what you did started this ripple effect, we don't want you here, is a good way to sort of write him out, right? And explain that also everything he did during Spider-Man Brand New Day, which caused a bunch of damage to New York, the Hulk reverts back to being a savage beast. He's teaming up with a dude who has no code outside of, if you're bad, I'm going to kill you. Again, Spider-Man is looking a little bit more responsible for a lot of stuff that's happening, which again, I think fits the story that they need to tell and how they need to take Spider-Man in this direction where he's seen as a quote-unquote villain, but we understand that he was just trying to do good, but again, Peter Parker, always at the center of his own problems. When he tries to do good, things end up going worse. Not to mention that we keep constantly getting reports that at the end of the day, for Spider-Man Brand New Day, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is showing up and being like, kid, what did you do? Also, I'm here to get my daughter. Yeah, it turns out she's also Spider-Woman, or, Mayday, whatever you want to call her. You really screwed up, kid. and now we got to fix everything. So let's go apologize to the Avengers. Oh, they don't want your help? Okay. I'll see you in Secret Wars. So let's talk about Tom Holland's role in Secret Wars and the latest update, because apparently full-on black suit is the name of the game. Okay, so if you guys remember, I've made a video about what the plans are for the symbiote suit, and apparently, yeah, Peter Parker is getting that at the end of Brand New Day. In Doomsday, they're going to kind of tease its effect on Peter, which again makes sense with the whole villainous turn and him sort of maybe having an attitude. But Secret Wars, this is where they really, really want to push this idea of a, kind of unhinged Spider-Man that's being affected. And of course, tossing him in there with the other Spider-Men that are going to be like, whoa, that suit's really messing with you. Then you have Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man being like, I know what that does, and it's not good. This sort of paints a picture of how they want Peter's story to go post Brand New Day, into Doomsday, into Secret Wars, which again, still reportedly is some take on Spider Island for the Spider People. And if you guys remember, it was rumored for a while, and I think the original report came at us from Cosmic Circus, that Spider-Man 4, before we knew it was Brand New Day, was called or using Spider Island, and that all the spiders would be here, Venom, Noah, and all that. Well, per reports, they're saving that for Avengers Secret Wars, and Spider Island is sort of like, Manhattan with all the live-action Spider-Man characters and villains that they can get. Which, again, I think really does work, because Secret Wars is going to be massive. So that's the best way to explain everything and not have to really go on overtime to explain to everybody what's going on. It's like, oh, the multiverse has got to be all restored into one planet where everybody fights for survival and lives under Doctor Doom. All the Spider-Men from every universe live together. Okay, cool. Done, right? It's an easy concept. Putting Peter into the center of it as our POV really does work for this story. Especially if you think about what I said about how they want to handle Peter as sort of a villainous type of, character / angle, especially in Doomsday. Because the black suit, again, doing a number on him, and then realizing what it is, trying to get it off him, play that off in this, and maybe then save it for Spider-Man post Secret Wars, where you can explore that in Spider-Man 5. It's sort of like here as like a stopgap to promise to you what's coming next with more Venom. Especially since after Secret Wars, it's one timeline. So, it's got to have some sort of effect, as it doesn't exist in other universes. So it's really sounding like we're going to get that symbiote in full in Secret Wars, and we're leading to more of it post Secret Wars. Thank you for checking out that video, and thank you for your continued support. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, do whatever you will, and if you're so inclined and would like some additional content from us, which includes unfiltered content and bonus discussions, we do offer exclusively in our member section. We hope to see you there. So thank you for watching, and have a good one.